Pranams. Can everyone hear me okay? I'd like to just take a moment and welcome all of you. Thank you for coming to Sankat Mochan Hanuman Temple. And as you can see, this is a very special day here. It's an incredible honor to once again have Jayashree ji coming and with this wondrous group of musicians and singers to raise this energy, this spirit, this consciousness of Sita Rama Kalyanam, the glory of Sita Devi. So they came 1 year ago, and it was one of the most remarkable events we've ever had here. So quite uplifting for everybody. And once again, we're very, very grateful that they are returning to join us. And as you can see from the slide here, the title of what the program will be today. So just to briefly say, I would like to just say a little bit, introduce them individually. So Jayashree ji is one of the most remarkable divine conjurers of spirit that I've ever been around. The amazing amount of pranic energy, power, presence that starts to just pour out of her during something like this. So especially, I think, given this environment, Hanumanji, all of you, bhaktas, devotees, so everybody brings a very important element to what this is. So I would ask that you consider how deeply impactful you can be on what this process is. So staying really linked in and following the energy of the sounds, the singing, the music, all of this, it's a very powerful way that you yourself can contribute and help uplift this whole process. So if you're here with your children, we'll just ask that you keep track of them and make sure they can go off and exercise their lungs or get the energy out if they need to, but just to take it to the side. So you'll see we'll be having a couple of people going around to remind to kind of quiet, please. So just briefly said, Sangeeta Vidushi Smt Jayashree Varadarajan. Please welcome. Jayashree ji is the founder and director of Sri Ram Lalita Kala Mandir School of Fine Arts that was established in 1983 in the Bay Area here. And she's a dedicated and multifaceted teacher with an extensive background in music and musical education. Jayashree ji is a teacher, a composer, a poet, a dancer, and a director. She holds a proficiency degree in Carnatic vocal music, senior degrees in Bharatanatyam, Veena, Sanskrit, as well as a diploma in drama and theater. So Jayashree ji has composed over 200 songs in 5 languages, set numerous poetic works to music, and has released a series of books titled Lessons in Vocal Music, designed for any student of music. So to add to this already illustrious background in the arts, Srimati also is a microbiologist and botanist with master's degrees in both fields and has several publications to her name. So you could tell she would have 8 arms here in front of us if she showed her true form. So, and she will be joined today by her daughter, Rangashree, who will be playing violin. And she's been playing violin since a very young age. And currently she is undergoing advanced tutelage in Carnatic violin and vocal under her dear mother, Jayashree ji. So Rangashree is intricately involved in all aspects of the program and performance for the music school and serves as its assistant artistic director. Rangashree also holds a master's degree in physiology and biophysics, as well as an MD degree. So once again, there's multifaceted energies and capabilities that they are serving the creation with. And Sravya Rallapalli here. She has been a disciple of Srimati for the last 18 years and has performed in various venues throughout the Bay Area, throughout all parts of the US as well, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, in India and Chennai. And has won many different competitions and performances awarded to her. Sravya graduated also with her bachelor's in public health from UCSC and currently holds a master's degree in global health. And Ramesh Srinivasan on Mrudangam. So Rameshji is a prime disciple of Mrudangam maestro Vellore G. Ramabhadran and has become very, very accomplished with this instrument. In 2021, Ramesh was one of the recipients of the prestigious Kalamani Award, recognition by the government of Tamil Nadu state in India for excellence in the performing arts. So once again, multi-talented individuals all collaborating, raising this beautiful energy of Sita Rama Kalyanam. So again, welcome them. We're grateful to have you here. Jai Sita Rama.
Namaste. Can you all hear me? No? Is it off? எல்லாத்தையும் செக் பண்ணணும் ஒரு வாட்டி. How about now? Okay. Nino test pan. Shavya, go ahead and
Check, testing.
can you hear? Okay. In addition to Rangashree, Sravya, and Ramesh ji accompanying me on this musical discourse this afternoon, we are also joined by one of my senior students, Srimati Padmaja Iyer, who will be providing the support on the cymbals. Good afternoon to all of you. My heartfelt Dandavat pranams to you all. My greetings to you all. And my gratitude to Sri Janardhan ji for thinking of me and for considering me fit to be here and to share whatever little I know with all of you, the devotees. Whatever good comes out of my mouth today is all my gurus and what they have instilled in me. Whatever is not pleasing to you is my own doing. So I hope you are graceful and generous enough in your heart to only take that which is good and to bless me to get better for that which has not been good. With that information, we shall start the program with an invocation to Sri Ramachandra ji. गणेशाय नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ गुरुभ्यो नमः। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः।
जय जयति जय रघुवंशभूषण राम राजीव लोचनं। जय जयति जय रघुवंशभूषण राम राजीव लोचनं। भवतापखण्डन जगतमण्डन ध्यानगम्य अगोचरं। भवतापखण्डन जगतमण्डन ध्यानगम्य अगोचरं। जय जयति जय रघुवंशभूषण राम राजीव लोचनं। अद्वैत अविनाशी अनन्दित मोक्षप्रद हरिगञ्जनम्। अद्वैत अविनाशी अनन्दित मोक्षप्रद हरिगञ्जनम्। तव शरण भवनिधि पारदायक अन्यजगत विडम्बनम्। तव शरण भवनिधि पारदायक अन्यजगत विडम्बनम्। जय जयति जय रघुवंशभूषण राम राजीव लोचनं। राम राजीव लोचनं। राम राजीव लोचनं।
Today's topic is the divine wedding of Sri Sita Mata with Lord Sri Ramachandra, followed by the chastity, the strength, and the purity and the loyalty of Sita Mata when she faced all kinds of unexpected situations in and through her life right after her marriage. She was a very young princess when she got married, hardly 7 years of age. She lived happily for 12 years after marriage with Sri Ramachandra. That is about 19 years of age. Some of you can go back when you were 90 and think how well you were prepared to face the situations in this world which came to you uncalled for in life. This is her glory. This is her greatness. This is her inspiration to all women in this world, how to face which others call adversities, but for her it was her dharma. What is dharma? There are thousands of definitions if one were to look into the dictionary to find what dharma means. Simply put, in just a sentence, dharma is that primordial law of nature which all the creation in this world will observe, starting from sun and the moon, who rise and set according to the rhythm without taking a break or a holiday, telling us, I'm tired, I'm not going to rise today. All the planets that rotate according to their own vibrations that they receive from each other. The seasons that keep on changing without waiting for anything. This is the law of nature. The only one species that is always tempted to violate this law of nature is us. So that is the dharma that she upheld as the ideal wife of Sri Ramachandra in and through her life, and became the mother of all of us. Her purity, her inner balance is something that cannot be described in words. It is said in a very famous verse how wise people spend their time in their life. It's a beautiful Sanskrit shlokam. Pratah dyuta prasangena madhyanhe stri prasangatah ratrau chora prasangena kalo gacchati dhimatam. Dhimatam, the wise people spend time in the morning hours thinking about gambling. What an irony. That is Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, it is the gambling that drove Duryodhana and Dharmaraya to become enemies against each other. And we know the story of Mahabharata. If it is not in Mahabharata, it cannot be found anywhere in any scripture. So the wise people learn from this epic what not to do and how to surrender to Lord Krishna. Madhyanhe, the afternoon, after lunch and everything, Stri Prasangataha, about women. We come home, try to take a little lunch break, and then we talk about neighbor's wife, a girl from across. No, that's not how the wise people spend their time. They listen to Ramayana. They listen to Stri Prasangataha. The Stri, the ideal woman here, is Sita Mata. They listen to Ramayana. All right, what about late night? Morning is done, afternoon is done. What's the evening that we are looking forward to? Ratrau Chora Prasangataha. All about stealing. How to be a wonderful thief. That is reading Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna's story is elaborated. So the two epics Mahabharata, Srimad Ramayana, and one Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, become their support how to lead a righteous life. The very first epic that was written in Sanskrit language by the blessings of sage Narada Maharshi and Lord Brahma himself and Goddess Saraswati is Srimad Ramayanam in Sanskrit by sage Valmiki, who composed it in a meter called Anushtup Chandas in 24,000 verses. Later on, this story has been told and retold by so many poets, have been written in so many regional languages. Still it is inexhaustible, because that is how much there is to read, there is to understand, there is to listen. And all of you are the devotees of Sri Ramachandra and Sita Devi. That is why you can spend your afternoon here. Stri Prasangataha, because you are all very fit to listen to Ramayana, their Kalyana, and how to stand for the right things in life without being afraid about what the world thinks of us, as long as the moral fabric of the society is maintained by all of us. Many might say, oh, that person did not see when I was doing this, but you are the witness of your own action. You know what you have done. This is exactly what Ramayana teaches us. And it is the most celebrated epic. It is said Rama Katha removes one's vyatha. Our sorrow is removed when we listen to this auspicious story, Mangalakara, Pavanakara, one which helps us to get rid of all our undesirable emotions, lust, greed, animosity, jealousy, envy, pretension. All of these will be removed just by thinking of the two-syllabled word Rama. There is no other simple name other than Rama. Even Krishna is little difficult, because it is not Kr, it is not Kru, it is Kr, Sh, Na. Very difficult. Kishina, Kishan, like that we say. Rama, nothing. Open Ra, close Ma. So that is why the Lord has been named Rama. And we are going to listen to his story. I have to condense it in light of the time and quickly go to the wedding, because that is very beautiful. That is why we are here. The initial story is to just provide some CV for Rama. Otherwise, he has nothing. If somebody looks at his blank CV, no girl would like to marry him. Yeah, beautiful, but where is the character? Where is the valor? Where is the power? He could only get it when he went outside. Not in the palace in a luxurious life with his parents and attendees attending to him in a luxury. All that had to be left, the comfort zone had to be left in order to grab some CV for himself. So we will see what kind of CV he got, how he qualified for great looking Sita. Beauty herself has taken the form of Sita. That is how beautiful she is. It's the embodiment of the beauty itself. If it were to come down to this earth, how it will be. And that is Sita. If Sita with just one look at Rama felt that that is the most suitable groom for me, oh Mother Gauri, make him my spouse. If she had to do that, how great this gentleman must be. We are going to look at all that. So, it all happens in the epic story Before that, I would like to prostrate and offer my pranams to my father, Sri M.J. Rangaswamy Iyengar, who lived like a saint, who was a Sanskrit scholar, who founded an ashram in Hasan, Karnataka, India, in the name of Anantashrama, which is a branch of Divine Life Society in Hrishikesh. It is here that he taught several less privileged children spirituality and secular sciences free of charge. Every evening we would get together in the ashram that he founded and we would recite Nama Ramayana, the entire story of Rama, starting with Shuddha Brahma Paratpara Rama, Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama, Sheshatalpa Sukha Nidrita Rama, Brahmadyamara Prarthita Rama. 108 lines of this we would chant, and it will be concluded by my father's discourse on a particular topic for each evening that we request him to speak on. And then my mother would distribute the prasadam to all the children, and then we couldn't wait to get our hands on the prasadam. He is instrumental, along with his spouse, my mother, to install good, strong, dharmic, Vedic, traditional values in us. For that, I am ever indebted to my father, Sri Rangaswamy Iyengar. And in and through, I have my humble prostrations to all the other gurus that I have been blessed with to learn more. The gurus of Chinmaya Mission, the gurus of Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, Baba Haridas of Mount Madana right here, and Sai Baba from Puttaparthi. All of them have been instrumental in shaping my thought processes so that my life is going to be led in the right way, that my parents and ancestors would be proud of. When they look up there, they say, okay, we birthed this child. Not bad. That is our life. That's about how I am brought up. And of course, having been blessed by parents like that, whenever a father looks at any boy, the only thought that comes to the father's mind, if he has a daughter, is this boy is very suitable for my daughter. So my father searched pretty well, I would say, and found a man who had a very good CV, who was good looking, and who had a very good background. So marrying him, we came here. We made our little family here with 2 children, and we are here sharing our heritage also with you. Now to the story proper. It all happens in the great city of Ayodhya. King Dasharatha ruled Ayodhya, which is Kosala kingdom, from the capital city of Ayodhya. He had 3 principal wives, Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi. It was a grand city, very well built city, almost comparable to the Indra's Amaravati city. People were well off, music was in the air, women could walk fearlessly, everything was in plenty, there was a lot of prosperity. However, one thing was missing. King Dasharatha did not have an heir to continue his further rule by giving the child the crownship. So he was consulting with his Kulaguru, Vasishta Maharshi, and Vasishta Maharshi asks him, why don't you perform a yajna called Putra Kameshti Putra Kama, desiring a child. Ishti is the name of the ceremony. Putra Kameshti, sacrifice. Bring the sage Rishyashringa, perform that. I know you will be blessed with not one child, but 4 beautiful princes. He is very happy. Dasharatha takes his 3 wives under the guidance of Rishyashringa, performs the Putra Kameshti Yajna. And in the middle, as the performance is happening, Brahma and the Devatas pray to Lord Vishnu, because by that time the torture and the atrocities of the demon king Ravana had become uncontrollable. He was punishing, torturing all the pious people. So Bhudevi goes and asks Brahma, can you please help me, because the Mother Earth, as I am, I cannot handle this burden. They are all my children, but Ravana is making everybody cry. That is why he is called Ravana. Initially his name was never Ravana. Ravana is one who makes others cry and shout. Rava iti Ravana. The one who makes people shout out of pain and cry. He is called Ravanasura. So the Brahma and the Devatas pray, and in response to that prayer, Lord Vishnu says, Bhayam Tyajata, forget your fear. I am going to take an avatara, an incarnation, and I am going to be born as the son of Dasharatha and Kaikeyi, who are currently performing the Putra Kameshti Yajna. They belong to the solar dynasty. I will take birth there, and I will kill not only Ravana, not only his brothers, his entire family and all the ministers. After killing, I am going to come back to Ayodhya and re-establish Dharma by ruling the kingdom for many, many years. Now you can forget your worries, go back to your place. So they all go back, very, very happy, very contented. Here in Ayodhya, as Lord Vishnu promised, the Devas and the Brahma, the creator, he takes the avatara on the 9th day of the fortnight of the Chaitra month, March-April time. In the mid-afternoon, 12 o'clock. That is why Ramayana has to be studied in the afternoon. Very auspicious time that Rama is born in the solar dynasty, Surya Vamsha, and the sun is right there. And he has taken birth. The entire Ayodhya is extraordinarily immersed in joy. The festivities are everywhere. Banners are put up. Flags are put up. Lights are lit everywhere. People feel that there is a child born in their own home. At which time Vasishtha Maharshi requests that this child be given a suitable name. So starts now not only the birth of Rama and his name being given by Vasishtha Maharshi. So Ramachandra is born and takes avatara, as you can see, Rama, the son of Mother Kausalya and King Dasharatha. We are not going to be able to spend time on the other 3 brothers, Bharata, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, because that will require, for each one of them I require minimum of 6 hours to talk. Because Bharata's character is even much more grand than Rama's character. Kausalya says in Kamban Ramayana in Tamil, 16,000 Ramas put together cannot equal to one Bharata. If we have to talk about Bharata's servitude to Lord Rama, it's not possible. We can talk about God, but we cannot talk about the devotees. Because the glory of the devotees, can you see in this temple under the direction of Janardhan ji, a devotee of Lord Hanuman. Look what has happened here. What Mount Madana has become. Hanuman is working through him and giving him the power and the equipment to work. So Bharata then naturally is someone that we can talk and talk and talk for a very long time. So I'm going to have to, in light of the time, withdraw from all that, stick to just bringing Rama up to getting some CV, as I mentioned. So now let us see what is that name Vasishta Maharshi gives to this child.
ಹೆಸರನಿಟ್ಟರು ರಾಮ ಎಂದು ಕುಲಗುರು ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಹೆಸರನಿಟ್ಟರು ರಾಮ ಎಂದು ಕುಲಗುರು ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಹೆಸರನಿಟ್ಟರು ಅಂದದ ಚಂದದ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನಸೆಳೆಯುವ ಕಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸರನಿಟ್ಟರು ಅಂದದ ಚಂದದ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನಸೆಳೆಯುವ ಕಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸರನಿಟ್ಟರು ರಾಮ ಎಂದು ಕುಲಗುರು ವಸಿಷ್ಠ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೋಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದರು ವೇದ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಕಲಿಸಿದರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೋಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದರು ವೇದ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಕಲಿಸಿದರು ಮಾತೃಭಕ್ತಿ ಪಿತೃಭಕ್ತಿ ಗುರುಭಕ್ತಿ ಪಾಲಿಸೆಂದರು ಮಾತೃಭಕ್ತಿ ಪಿತೃಭಕ್ತಿ ಗುರುಭಕ್ತಿ ಪಾಲಿಸೆಂದರು ಅನವರತವು ಸತ್ಯ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸು ಎಂದರು ಅನವರತವು ಸತ್ಯ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸು ಎಂದರು ಸಕಲ ಮಂಗಳವಾಗಲೆಂದು ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಹರಸಿದರು ಸಕಲ ಮಂಗಳವಾಗಲೆಂದು ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಹರಸಿದರು ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಹರಸಿದರು ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಹರಸಿದರು.
Vasishta Maharshi names this beautiful child and calls him Rama. He is so beautiful. Ellara manasseಳೆಯುವ ರಮಂತೆ ಯೋಗಿನೋ ಇತಿ ರಾಮಃ. One who delights everybody, one in whom everybody gets delighted. That is Rama. So the samskara is done. What is a samskara? An Indian Hindu individual, from the time the mother conceives the child, is given 16 samskaras until the Antyakriya, the final rites. There are 16 rites that an individual is given right from the time the child is in the womb of the mother. Now the pregnancy rites have all been done. The birth samskara is done with the namakaranam and the naming ceremony. And now, taking the child out of the comfort zone, we are coming to that portion now. And before that is done, the samskara or the ritual to guide an individual to walk the spiritual path. What is samskara? A samskara is a ritual or rite that is given to an individual in order to guide him to walk the spiritual path for the rest of his life without any blemish. That is given by first naming. Now the second one is Brahmopadesha. Investing the child with the white thread with which the child is initiated into the Gayatri mantra, the very profound mantra discovered, revealed by Brahmarshi sage Vishwamitra. Now, after the Brahmopadesha, the child now goes through the third samskara in going to Gurukula. It's not like here, the children get up in the morning, the breakfast is given, and sometimes it is pushed into the mouth because the child doesn't like what the mother gives, wants something else, on the way wants to pick up some Taco Bell or McDonald's, Happy Meal. And then the child is taken again very comfortably seated in the classroom. If the teacher raises the voice, child goes and complains, I don't want to go to this school because the teacher is not good. Not like this. There, Gurukula means all the comfort is given up. Being a prince, he was taken to the Brahmacharya ashrama. There are 4 ashramas. The first ashrama is Brahmacharya ashrama. This is for solely excluding everything only to educate the child. Vasishta Maharshi takes this child to his ashrama where no comfort is there. He is asked to sleep on the grass. He is asked to go and bring the wood. He is asked to bring food. And he is asked to take care of the cows and clean the cow shed from the cow dung, and everything has to be in spick and clean fashion. On top of it, he should study the Vedic scriptures. In addition to studying the Vedic scriptures, the secular sciences are also taught in Gurukula because they want to make sure that the child is proficient in everything when he comes out, because he can choose any of the other 3 ashramas at this point of time. He can choose either being a householder, or he can choose to serve Vanaprastha or sannyasi. He can become a monk. Depending upon the interest of the child is completely educated and made all round in everything. So he became very proficient in his archery, Dhanurvidya, that is what the Kshatriyas did, the warrior class did, bow and the arrow, horse riding and everything. After that, he comes home. Mother and father are ecstatic. They welcome the boy, and now the boy looks beautiful, about 14, 15 years of age. He took very little time to gain expertise in everything, and mother and father are very happy. Suddenly, King Dasharatha is thinking of marriage for the son, because he suddenly feels, I am getting old. And because he feels that he is getting old, he feels that if my son gets married, the daughter-in-law will come, he will become more responsible. I can still be the king for some more time until I make him the king, but I can hand over many of the responsibilities to him. So he is thinking like that, at which time in Siddhashrama nearby Ayodhya, there is sage Vishwamitra conducting his yajna for the Loka Kalyanartham, for the welfare and well-being of this world, so that there is timely rain, timely crops, so that people will not suffer from anything, and all the cows are taken care of. Cows used to be the wealth during that time. If anybody gave the charity of a cow, it was considered very auspicious. So Vishwamitra was conducting these yajnas, but never could complete the yajna to its completion, because the demons Maricha and Subaho, sent by the demon king Ravana, would constantly interrupt the sacrifice by throwing flesh, blood and bones just when the yajna was about to be completed. Vishwamitra knew the power of his penance. If he just opened his eyes and cursed them, he could kill all of them. But then these Rakshasas would incur demerits if they die like that. So he heard of Lord Vishnu having taken avatara in Ayodhya as Rama. So he decides, why not go to God himself? Why not get these people killed by the Lord himself? Because when the Lord kills, they directly go to his abode. So they don't incur any demerits. In such a case, I will go to the place of Ayodhya and I will meet Dasharatha. So he decides to go to Ayodhya, and he does, and he is welcomed with great honor by Dasharatha. Dasharatha is a very innocent man. He over-promises and he regrets at leisure. He welcomes the sage Vishwamitra and says, "Oh, your coming is like a person who drank nectar. Your coming is like a poor man found the treasure all of a sudden. Oh, your coming is like the whole heaven has come down here. And I am so grateful that you have decided to come, and without being invited, you have come on your own. Oh my goodness, my good merits are the only reason for this. But tell me why you have come. Think that it is done. Think that I have already taken care of whatever it is that you want me to do." And Vishwamitra knows the weakness of Dasharatha. And then he smiles. Then he says, "Oh Dasharatha, I have been performing this sacrifice for a very long time. Unfortunately, I have not been able to complete it without interruption. There is this group of demons headed by Subahu and Maricha who keep interrupting my yajna by throwing all kinds of things. So I would like to take your sons. You have 2 sons with you here, and you have 2 other sons, I know, inside. Out of 4, give me 2 of your sons. And I want Rama and Lakshmana." Dasharatha faints. And he says, "My Rama, Rajiva Lochana, Una Shodasho Varsho me Ramaha Rajiva Lochana." He is not even 16. He is a teenager. He doesn't know anything. He just came back from the Gurukula. And there was no comfort for him. He was only studying. Now only he has come here, so we can take care of him. And Rakshasas, oh my God, he doesn't even know the name Rakshasa. All he knows is Surya, mother, father, guru, and everything. That's all. How can he face Rakshasas? Vishwamitraji, you must be joking. You don't want him because he will not be of any help to you. Think about it. I will come. I will bring the entire battalion of my army. I will fight. I know, even I do not know how to fight against the Rakshasas, but I will call the next kingdom and then bring them also. Maybe they are better than me. But please, please refrain from asking my 2 sons. Vishwamitra is slowly getting angry. And then he tells him, "Dasharatha, you promised. In the Raghuvamsha dynasty, promising something and not fulfilling is the most worst possible thing that you can do, and all demerits will fall upon you. Give up your attachment. Give up your love and undue unhealthy affection for your children. If you do so, it will bring you great merits, it will give you great fame, and your sons will bring great name for you. They will become successful." Still, Dasharatha is hesitating. Then sage Vishwamitra tells Vasishta, "Talk to this guy." And then Vasishta says, "Why are you acting like this? Give up this foolish affection. You know who Vishwamitra is. Yesha Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Very Dharma. He is the very embodiment of Dharma. He knows the weapons and missiles that nobody in this world knows. Do you know why he is wanting to take your children? To instruct them all these things so that it will come in handy when they go for battle. As a Kshatriya, you cannot prevent them from going to the battlefield, and they are going to be equipped with everything. Forget your worries. Send. Good will come to you." So Dasharatha says, "All right, in that case, I am going to send my Rama and my Lakshmana with you, oh Vishwamitra. And then he says, Mere prananath sutta dovu. They are my prana, they are my life. Tumha muni pita. You become their teacher and you become their father. Ananahi koi. There is nobody else other than you. They have to come with you. Oh my children, please follow Guru's orders. That is the order. Even then he is awake and alert to tell them, follow Guru's orders. Now he is going to be your father as well as your well-wisher. And now he takes them, Vishwamitra. On the way, he narrates great stories to these two wonderful looking, eagerly waiting to hear boys, great stories of forefathers and the places that they are visiting. And the very first one comes, a demoness Tataka. And Rama asks, who is this woman demoness? What is she doing? Oh Rama, Vatsa, oh my dear son, you do not know her atrocities. Kill her right now and right here, because it is getting dark. The Rakshasis will get more strong when it becomes night. They are Nishacharas. They work very well at night. Kill her. Initially, Rama hesitates. It's a woman after all. I am a man. Okay, I am a young boy, but I am not playing with a toy. I am working against this demoness, but still it's a woman. How can I kill? He's hesitating. And then Vishwamitra recognizes it, senses it. Rama, I told you. Take your bow and finish her off. She is evil. She is evil-spirited. There is nothing good that is going to happen from her. Don't worry about the gender. It is never the gender, it is the character. She is of an evil character. She is hurting all pious people. Kill her. Rama immediately remembers his father's words, Guru Bhakti, Pitru Bhakti, Matru Bhakti. What is Pitru Bhakti? Following father's orders. What did father say? Follow Guru. Guru Bhakti, what is that? Just without question, follow what are Guru's instructions. So he takes the bow and he kills demoness. So one CV added. Rama, name, gender male, son Kausalya and Dasharatha. Brahmacharya, everybody does. Out of comfort zone, okay, no big deal. Tataka, killed, not just fought, killed. Next they go to Siddhashrama, and there in Siddhashrama, Vishwamitra is sitting calm and cool. And then Rama asks, O Guruji, you said that you are going to perform yajna. How come you are so calm? Aren't you going to start? Vishwamitra is so calm because he got what he wanted. He has got Lord Vishnu himself along with him. Why would he care for yajna? He's comfortably sitting. He's not even thinking of the yajna in his mind. And then Rama reminds, he says, okay, well, for the sake of this well-being, I have to do this. Okay, Rama, I will take the initiation into the yajna. We shall start. So the yajna starts for 6 days. And then Rama kills Subahu with the Agnyayastra, with the fire. And he burns Subahu. And with the Manavastra, with the human bow, he drives Maricha several hundred miles away, and Lakshmana kills the rest of the Rakshasas. So, next CV added. Subahu killed, Maricha driven away. Looks great already. But it is only punishing things. Where is redeeming? Where is taking care? Where is blessing? Now, the night is over after the yajna is protected. Now they both go next morning and they prostrate before Guru and they say, what are your orders, O revered master? We have completed the yajna. We have protected the yajna by your blessings, by all the missiles and weapons you taught us, and by all the instructions you have given us. The credit goes to you. We were just instrumental in doing this. What is the next agenda? Vishwamitra says, you know, my sons, I'm so proud of you both. He touches their head and then I'm so proud of you. But thing is, I wanted to take you back to Ayodhya because your work is done, true. But then again, you know, one thing has come. What is that thing? We have invitation from King Mithila, Janaka Maharaja. And you know what? He is performing a Dhanur Yajna, where all kinds of bows and arrows and all things will be kept. And among all that, I'll tell you one thing. There is going to be a mighty bow of Lord Shiva. That Shiva's bow is so beautiful, nobody can even touch it and lift it. Everybody has come, tried, miserably failed. They have fallen down, their hands have gotten caught, they have slip disc, they have not gotten up. This is a problem with all the kings. And what to do now? I think you would like to see that. Don't you, princess? Would you like to go with me? Because I am going next morning along with the munis of this ashrama because King Janaka has invited us. Naturally, a young boy like this, if you give a toy, a play box and things like that, that boy would say, hey, I want it, I want it, I want it. Similarly, Rama and Lakshmana were very excited that they are going to see this bow. Being a warrior class, they wanted to see. They said, yes, yes, Guruji, we are going to come. So the next morning, they all start for their journey. And then, on the way to Mithila, they see an ashrama where there is nobody and there is a big stone almost in the form of a woman but invisible. Nobody can see what it is. And Rama, curiosity, asks, Guruji, what is this? This ashrama is so huge, but I don't see anybody. And what's that right there? Not like this, it is there. What is that? Rama, I'll tell you, that is the wife of Gautama who has been cursed, and she has been cursed to remain invisible to the people in the form of a stone. She has been waiting for your arrival for a very, 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 very long time. Will you please be kind enough to just walk there? The dust of your feet, your lotus feet, will bring her original form back. Oh Rama, please come. He is very shy because Vishwamitra is praising him as you dust of your feet and oh, what is all this? I am just not even a 16-year-old boy and my dust and feet and things like that, stone and original form. Oh, I don't know what to do. Anyway, he goes. And then the dust of the feet, as soon as it is sprinkled on the stone, she becomes a beautiful damsel, Ahalya. She is the daughter of creator Brahma, and Brahma gave her in marriage to Gautama, and she praises Lord Rama for being so causelessly merciful on her and redeeming her and delivering her. And there is a great prayer in praise of Sri Ramachandra by Ahalya. Look at this third CV, how beautiful it is. His blessings, which shows to the world that he is actually the Almighty, the absolute reality. Ekameva dvitiyam, one without the second. So he is the Parabrahma, Paratpara, Kalatmaka Parameshwara Rama, Shesha Talpa Sukha Nidrita Rama. He is that Paratpara. He is the Satchidananda Brahman who has taken the form in the Sakara form as Ishvara. When the absolute reality is formless, he is Brahman. When the absolute reality takes the help of Adishakti and manifests, he is called Ishvara. Here this Ishvara is Sri Ramachandra. Now after that, they go to Mithila. And these princes, as they are walking the city of Mithila, they are so happy because Mithila is such a great city with pious people chanting Vedic mantras all the time and women so beautifully dressed, houses so beautifully decorated, ponds and lakes with blossoming lotuses and all. very, very happy. They are looking everywhere. Everything looks nice. The palacious buildings are so beautifully studded with gems and jade, ruby, sapphire, whatnot. And then suddenly Lakshmana sees a whole bunch of young Brahmins carrying stones in their hands. And then he runs to Rama. Oh, Bhratrishri, what is it? I sense danger. I think they are all bringing stones because maybe they want to hurt us. Maybe they don't want us here. Let's go back. Rama smiles and he asks, what is it you are carrying? You all look like you have just come out of the brahmacharya, the Gurukula. Why are you carrying? It's a humorous interpretation. They say, no. On the way to here, we heard that you made the stone become the woman. Right? Now, because we are studying Vedas, nobody is willing to give their daughter to us in marriage. So each one of us is carrying a stone. Can you please step on it? So that we have girls to marry. Otherwise, we will go like this only in our life. So this shows how the CV's publicity has already happened. Before he even reaches the place, he is already well established with his might and everything. And Janaka Maharaja immediately comes to know that Vishwamitra has come. Oh my God, I invited this Guruji and he has come, the Brahmarshi. Oh my God, it is my good merit. And he welcomes with great affection Guru Pada. Sage Vishwamitra.
ಗುರುಪದ ಕಮಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಿಸುವೆನು ಗುರುಪದ ಕಮಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಿಸುವೆನು ಆದರದಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವ ಕೋರುವೆನು ಗುರುಪದ ಕಮಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಿಸುವೆನು ಆದರದಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವ ಕೋರುವೆನು ಗುರುಪದ ಕಮಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಿಸುವೆನು ಧನ್ಯನಾದೆ ನಾ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತನಾದೆ ಧನ್ಯನಾದೆ ನಾ ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತನಾದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶದಿಂದ ಪಾವನನಾದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶದಿಂದ ಪಾವನನಾದೆ ಗುರುಪದ ಕಮಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಿಸುವೆನು
ಗುರುಪದ ಕಮಲಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಿಸುವೆನು. ಐ ಬೋ ಡೌನ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಲೋಟಸ್ ಫೀಟ್. ಆದರದಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವ ಕೋರುವೆನು. ಐ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಯು ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯುಮಿಲಿಟಿ. ಓ ಸೇಜ್ ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರ, ಧನ್ಯನಾದೆ. ಐ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್. ಭಾಗ್ಯವಂತನಾದೆ. ಐ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್. ಐ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಎ ವೆಲ್ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಟುಡೇ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾದಸ್ಪರ್ಶದಿಂದ, ಫಾರ್ ಅಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಟು ಟಚ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೋಟಸ್ ಫೀಟ್, ಪಾವನನಾದೆ. ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫೈಡ್. Oh, sage Vishwamitra, your coming has brought great delight to my heart. And then he looks around and there are two beautiful princes. He cannot take his eyes off of them. He is normally a very dispassionate person. He is even called Videha. Videha means one who is above the consciousness of body-mind. He is beyond the identification of body and mind. To him, they looked very attractive. He says, Kaho nath sundar do balak muni kula tilak ki nrpa kula palak brahma jo nigama neti kahi gawa उभय वेश धरी की सोयावा सहज विराग रूप मनु मोर थकित होत जिनी चंद चकोरा ताते प्रभु पूछ पूजऊ सती बाऊ कहु नाथ जनी करहु दुरावो इनहि बिलोकत अति अनुराग बरबस ब्रह्म सुकहि मन त्याग कहु नाथ सुंदर दो बालक. He asks, O Guru Vishwamitra, kaho nata, please tell me, Sundar Dovu Balaka, these beautiful princes that have captured my heart, are they Munikula Tilaka? Are they these great ornaments of the family of Munis? Or Nripakula Tilaka? Are they the ornaments of dynasty? Brahma jo nigama neti kahi gawa. The Brahman who nobody can explain in words, they say not this, not this. Na iti, na iti. This is not Brahman, that is not Brahman. Ubhaya Bheshadare. But I feel like that Brahman has taken two forms. Ubhaya Bheshadariki, so yava. They have come down here like that. I think that Brahman has come. And also, look at me. Sahaja Viraga Rupa Manumora. My mind is not perturbed by seeing anything delightful. I am so dispassionate. No beauty, no nothing draws my attention. I am Vairagya Shikhamani. I am so dispassionate. Thakita hota jimi chanda chakora. It is like a chakora bird. As soon as it looks at the moon, it comes alive. That is how I have become now, seeing them. Tate Prabhu Puchavu Satibavu. Kaho Nata Jani Karahu Durai. Who are these? Who are these people who have made me like this? I can't focus on anything. Inahe Bilokata, looking at these two princes, Ati Anuraga, my heart is jumping. Elixir is coming. The fountain of joy is coming in my heart. I can't control. Barabasa Brahma Sukhi Mahi Manatyaga. I don't even want Brahma Sukha. Remember when I meditate in the Dhyanam, I see Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. I don't want him. There is no Brahma Sukha. This Brahma Sukha is incomparable to that. Can you please tell me who they are? He pours out one query after another as though he is talking to himself, even forgetting where he is. And then Vishwamitra says, by smiling, Janak Maharaja, you will always say the truth only. No lie can come out of your mouth. They are the Atma of everybody. Naturally, people have to love their Atma. Who doesn't like one's own self? Don't you like yourself? Don't I like myself? We all love ourselves. Because who is the indweller? That Bhagavan is the indweller. And that indweller is He. He is in everybody. No wonder. Now Rama is smiling. Oh my God, he is leaking every information. The cat is out of the bag. I have come here not to tell people that I am Vishnu. Why my own Guru is doing this? Why is he talking about it? He smiles. Immediately, Sage Vishwamitra realizes, no, don't worry about it. They are just the sons of great solar dynasty king Dasharatha. Dasharatha was asked to send these two boys. Sent the boys. Came with me. Killed Tataka. The next slide says all that. Maybe not. Tataka, Subahu and Maricha, they redeemed Ahalya. What can I say about the glory of these two boys? But one thing though, they are so famous. By now everybody knows Ahalya's story, how he redeemed her. Everybody, it has been a talk of the town. Don't you know, Janaka? Now you know why they have come? I brought them here. Even though their work is done, the minute they finished the protection of the yajna, I brought them here. Because these two young boys, warriors, Kshatriya, princes, they want to see the bow. They want to see the mighty bow that you have. Remember, it came to you from the Devarata's time, and you are worshipping it every day, and you are offering flowers, fruits, eatables, and you are chanting Vedic mantras. Every day you do this puja in your meditation room. Can you do me a favor? These boys would like to see that. Is it possible for you to arrange? Janaka says, they have come. God has come to my town. What more can I ask? Of course I am going to arrange. This Dhanur is also as though made for them. Father, I told you earlier when I was talking about my father looking for the groom for me. Dasharatha, princes are here. That Rama is dark, so beautiful, not just the regular black that you do, the black, no. Beautiful, shining. Oh, that black, that onyx with shine. And he is tall, 92 inches tall. It says 96 inches tall. And wide shoulders, Kanjalochana, lotus-eyed. Everything is beautiful. Kanjapada, lotus feet, so soft that even Sita is afraid to touch that feet because it will become pale like that. And he thinks, why did I keep some kind of a test and a challenge for a suitable groom for my daughter? This boy looks beautiful. Ha! I hope this boy not only looks at the bow, hopefully will be able to satisfy all the requirements and marry my beautiful Sita. He thinks like that, like any father. And then he goes very happily. And the very next day, what happens? Lakshmana wants to go to city, sightseeing. Whenever you go to your friend's house in a new place and all, don't you want to see, oh, I would like to see Golden Gate Bridge and I would like to see Mount Madonna and stay there for a night. It is a beautiful temple and it is located in such a serene place, great ambience, wonderful vegetarian food, you know. I want to stay there. So Lakshmana is expressing his desire, but he is afraid to talk to even brother because he might say, have you come here for sightseeing or to see the bow? He doesn't want to say. Definitely he is afraid to ask Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra says, you boys, don't you know how to behave? Guru Bhakti, what happened to all the Guru Bhakti? Don't you have to wait for my instructions? But Rama understands, oh, my brother wants to go on sightseeing. But actually the commentator says that was not the wish of Lakshmana. Lakshmana wanted the Mithila citizens to see the Rama, the beauty of Rama, and drink the nectar of that blissful state of Ramachandra. So the news comes that these two boys have come and they are sightseeing. What happens then? देखन नगर भूप सुत आये समाचार पुरबासिन पाये धाये धाम काम सब त्यागी मन खुरंक निधि लूटन लागी देखन नगर भूप सुत आये. Oh, two boys have come to see the city. Samachar Purabhasina Paye. They got the information. Who? The citizens of Mithila. Dhaya, Dham, Kab, Sab, Tyagi. They left everything they are doing. One was feeding the child. Said, I'll come back and feed you. I got to go there. There's somebody very beautiful looking there. And then grandmothers, today somehow my back is not hurting that much. I will come. The other one, I had knee replacement by my physical therapist is not coming today. So I am just going to go and see. Young girls, out of so much love, Shringara Rasa, sentiment of love, we have to see. Maybe one of them I might be able to win. Or you may want to win one. I will win one because you are such good friends. We can both have both of them, one for each of us. As though it is on sale. They all came. One said, oh my God, his eyebrows. She never came down. Eyebrows. Oh, like rainbow, this eyebrow. Who created this? The Brahma cannot be looking like this. He has 4 faces. Do you think he can create something so beautiful? And then another one said, Shiva can't. He has 5 faces. How can he be looking at one face and create this? Look at his cheeks, man. How beautiful, gold shining cheeks. Oh, I want to eat that cheeks. The other one said, what to talk of his shoulders? So wide. 100 of us can go and he can still embrace all of us, and there will be room left for one more. So beautiful. And this kind of beauty we have never seen. Everybody is talking. And then finally one lady companion comes and says, how nice it would be if our Sita gets to marry. And then other one has, do you want Sita to marry the black one or the fair one? The fair one is good, but he did not redeem Ahalya, you know. The dark one did. And the young ones cannot marry before the elder one gets. So I think Shyamavarana, he should marry. So like this, they are all talking. And then they went home very happily, as though Manahu Rank Nidhi Lutanalagi, as though their poor hearts were filled with treasure, as though they were beggars before they were going there, and now they have got the riches and they are very contented, and they went very happy. Now Rama and Lakshmana finish their sightseeing, they go home and they again massage the feet of their guru, and then they ask, can we do massage some more? Rama, please go and sleep. It is too late. Tomorrow you have to go and pluck some flowers and basil leaves, tulasi, for my puja. So go and sleep. They both sleep. The next morning they get up. And what happens? They go to the palace garden, Pushpavatika. This is where the story is going to heat up. Listen carefully. You will all remember when you got married. That's the idea. So how beautiful it is. You have forgotten. Now you will reminisce all those sweet memories. So now what happens? Sita's mother has asked her to go to temple. In the garden, palace garden, a beautiful Gauri's temple, and she has instructed her, do Girija Puja, come home before late. Nowadays the teenagers, what they do? Don't ask me where I am going. Don't tell me where I should go. None of that. Here, Sita takes the fresh plate full of fruits and flowers, goes with her lady companions very happily, does the puja, and then one of the girls just skips that group and goes and sees these 2 young princes plucking the flowers beautifully with their tender hands. And then looking at the beauty of the palace, the garden. And then she runs back. Yo, Sita, you know what happened? Sita said, what happened? Why are you not with us? Where did you go? I cannot say. Sita, you have to come and see. And she's scared. Sita is scared. Why are you shouting like this? You are not even telling me what is. How can I tell you? Two of them. What 2 of them? One is dark, one is white. Oh, Sita, you have to see. Yeah. What are you talking about? Tell me what it is. How can I express? The eyes does not have the mouth. The mouth does not have the eyes. The one that saw cannot speak. The one speaks cannot have eyes. How do you want me to tell you? You come. You come and see. So Sita says, all right, I just finished the puja. Let me go and see. And then she comes there, and Rama is plucking the flowers. Even before seeing her, this is the very first time their eyes meet. The contact happens. Kankana kinkini nupura duni kahat lakana san Rama Hrudaya Guni. Before she even came, her kankana, the bangles that she was wearing, kankana kini nupura duni suni. He heard the sound of those beautiful anklets that she is wearing, and then he immediately figured out that he has come down with some type of agony in his heart, which he never ever felt. All along he was developing his CV. Where did he see the beautiful girl? Or he hasn't even seen yet. He says, Lakshmana, normally my heart is very much in the right place. I don't know, it has kind of gone somewhere. I cannot find where it is, but it is somewhere. Lakshmana, what am I going to do? Suddenly, as he is expressing his emotions, Sita comes and she looks at Rama. She closes her eyes, never opens, because she is drinking the beauty that she saw of Rama. Within 1 second, all the girls come. What happened to you? Ayyo, wake her up. It is getting late. Her mother is going to be. See, the bell rang. Her mother is going to be very upset. Sita, get up. What are you doing? Oh, I'm not doing anything. So, come, we have to go home. And she goes, keeping on turning, as though she is looking at some birds and trees and all. She is looking where Rama is, so that she can capture the beauty and the blissful nature of Rama in her heart. And on the way she says, I have to pray to Girija Mata because I have to take her blessings. Initially I came and said, bless me with a good man for my husband. Now I know which man. Before I didn't know. Now I know, I have seen. So I have to tell my Girija Devi what I want.
ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಗಿರಿರಾಜಕುಮಾರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಗಿರಿರಾಜಕುಮಾರಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪದ ಕಮಲ ಕೆರಗಿದನು ತಾಯಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪದ ಕಮಲ ಕೆರಗಿದನು ತಾಯಿ ಯೋಗ್ಯವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಕರುಣಿಸು ದೇವಿ ಯೋಗ್ಯವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಕರುಣಿಸು ದೇವಿ ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡು ಗೌರಿ ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡು ಗೌರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಿ.
She prays to Gauri. Sharanu Sharanu Gauri, I bow down to you. Maheshwari, one who is the consort of Mahadeva, Maheshwara. O Giriraja Kumari, the daughter of Mountain King. And Ninna Padakamala Keragidenu Tai, I have fallen at your feet. And then Yogya Varanenege Karuni. So do I even have to tell you who I want? Don't you know you are the goddess of this universe? You know who I want as my husband. Please bless me, O Mother Goddess. And immediately Gauri Devi comes up and then she blesses Sita Mata by giving the garland and say, I know who you want, that black man that you want, that Shyamala Varna, he alone will become your husband. Please go home, don't worry my child, it will happen, your wishes will be fulfilled. Now in the Mithila, I just talked about Sita and all. How is she born? Was she born from the womb? Was she found somewhere? Who is this Sita that we keep on talking about? And then great ideal wife, loyal wife, pure, strength, courageous and everything. Now let us come to the Mithila city where Sita was found. This is Sita's birth. Idu sudina mangala dina Shri Lakumi dharegilida dina. Idu sudina mangala dina Shri Lakumi dharegilida dina. Idu sudina
ಆದಿಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹರಸಿದ ದಿನ, ಜನಕನ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ದಿನ, ಆದಿಶಕ್ತಿ ಹರಸಿದ ದಿನ, ಸಕಲ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿ ಆರಂಭದ ದಿನ, ಸಕಲ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿ ಆರಂಭದ ದಿನ, ಮಿಥಿಲಾಪುರ ಜನ ನಲಿದ ದಿನ, ಮಿಥಿಲಾಪುರ ಜನ ನಲಿದ ದಿನ, ಇದು ಸುದಿನ ಮಂಗಳ ದಿನ, ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕುಮಿ ಧರೆಗಿಳಿದ ದಿನ, ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕುಮಿ ಧರೆಗಿಳಿದ ದಿನ, ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕುಮಿ ಧರೆಗಿಳಿದ ದಿನ.
That day, Idu Sudina, this day is a blessed day. Why? Because Sri Lakumi, the Adishakti, Mahalakshmi, Dharegilida Dina, she descended to Mother Earth to assist Ramachandra. As Rama, Vishnu had promised, this is the time for Adishakti. She waited for him and she is born here. And Janakana Saubhagyada Dina, what did she bring? All the blessings, all the auspiciousness to Janaka Maharaja. How? Because as he was plowing the land for a yajna, the plow got stuck at one point. And when they could not go further digging the earth, they saw, why is it stuck like this? What is it that is obstructing the further movement of this plow? They found a beautiful golden box, and inside which they found this little baby girl. Beautiful baby girl, like golden color, Swarna Sankasham, like gold, shining, beautiful. And Sunaina, the wife of Janaka Maharaja and Janaka, could not contain their happiness. They take the child and they bring that child up as their own, and they name that child Sita. Sita is the mark made in the furrow by the plow. That is what Sita means. And as soon as she is brought into the house, Sakala Samruddhi, all prosperity started happening in Mithila. Janaka, who did not have the children, got a child, a daughter, whom he called Urmila. So all the prosperity, everything happened. And then Sita grows up beautifully under the great love and affection of the father Janaka and Sunaina, the mother.
ಜನಕನ ಮನೆ ಮನ ಜಾನಕಿ ತುಂಬಿದಳು, ಜನಕನ ಮನೆ ಮನ ಜಾನಕಿ ತುಂಬಿದಳು, ಅನಂತ ಗುಣವತಿ ಸಂತಸಾರಿ ಬೆಳೆದಳು, ಅನಂತ ಗುಣವತಿ ಸಂತಸಾರಿ ಬೆಳೆದಳು, ಜನಕನ ಮನೆ ಮನ ಜಾನಕಿ ತುಂಬಿದಳು. ಜಗಜ್ಜನನಿ ಜಗಜ್ಜನನಿ ವರ ತ್ರಿಲೋಕ ಪಾಲಿನಿ, ಜಗಜ್ಜನನಿ ವರ ತ್ರಿಲೋಕ ಪಾಲಿನಿ, ವಿಶ್ವವಿಲಾಸಿನಿ ಮಿಥಿಲಾನಂದಿನಿ, ವಿಶ್ವವಿಲಾಸಿನಿ ಮಿಥಿಲಾನಂದಿನಿ, ಜನಕನ ಮನೆ ಮನ ಜಾನಕಿ ತುಂಬಿದಳು. ಕುಮಾರಿ ವೈದೇಹಿ ಗೆಳತಿಯರೊಡಗೂಡಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಚೆಂಡ ನಾಡುತ್ತಲಿರಲು, ಆ ಚೆಂಡು ಶಿವಧನುಸಿನಡಿಗೋಡಲು, ಲೀಲೆ ಹಿಡಿದೋಡಿದಳು ಜನಕನ ಮನೆ ಮನ ಜಾನಕಿ ತುಂಬಿದಳು. ಈ ಅಲೌಕಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯವ ನೋಡಿದ ರಾಜ ಜನಕನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆಯ ಶಂಭು ಮಹಾದೇವನ ಬಿಲ್ಲನು ಯಾರು ಎತ್ತುವರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವರನೆಂದು ಜನಕನ ಮನೆ ಮನ ಜಾನಕಿ ತುಂಬಿದಳು.
So she grew up so beautifully. Janakana mane mana janaki tumbidalu. She filled his heart and she filled his house. Ananta Gunavati cannot be counted. Such noble virtues she is embodied with. And Jagatjanani, after all, who is she? She is the mother of this universe. Trilokapalini, she is the protector of these three worlds. Vishwavilasini, the one who is in the entire Jagat, universe, as sporting her Maya delusion. Mithila Nandini, and she has come as the daughter of Mithila, city itself. The city has owned her. Kumari Vaidehi, she is also called Vaidehi because the Videha is the kingdom. So she is called Vaidehi. Gelatiyarudagudi, along with her friends, ಆ ಒಂದು ದಿನ, that one day, ಚಂಡನಾಡುತ್ತಾ, she was playing with the flower balls, and suddenly what happened, that flower ball went under the box where the bow was kept. All her friends went and tried, but they failed. And then this girl very peacefully, happily goes there, lifts the box along with the bow, takes the ball and runs away. The father sees this and he is surprised. Oh my God, this is not heard of. What is going on here? Nobody can even touch and shake this bow, and this girl is already doing all this. She has even lifted. Okay, now I am going to decide. The man who has to marry her should be at least able to lift this bow. Otherwise, if some fragile man but good looking man marries her saying that he is a king of a very great country and a kingdom, if she hugs him, forget about it. He will be broken into pieces. This woman is able to lift the bow. At least equal strength should be there, right? So he decides, this is how it is going to be, and we are going to do that. The next morning, Dhanuryajna, Sita Swayamvara, just get ready. This is the time where Shiva is able to show himself as the bow, as the mighty bow. Rama and Lakshmana, they go with Guru Vishwamitra as King Janaka invites them for the Sita Swayamvara or the Dhanuryajna. All kings, princes, Brahmins and Mithila citizens, they assemble in the big pavilion hall. At that time, Rama and Lakshmana enter with their Guru. It looked as though beauty has taken two forms and they are entering. There are different types of people. They all thought differently. The Kshatriya kings, who were very endowed with prowess, they thought Rama as the embodiment of the sentiment of Veerarasa, valor. They saw him like that. And then the kings with deceit, Kutil and Rapas, they saw Rama as Bhayankara, Bhayanaka, sentiment of fear. And the Rakshasas in disguise, the demons in disguise, saw Rama as death itself, as Kala itself. And Mithila citizens saw Rama and Lakshmana as Purushottama, as Bhagavan himself. The ladies, some of them had sentiment of love. Oh, I wish my father had this thing going on and then I was the one to be chosen. Now only Sita gets to choose. She doesn't get to choose because the boy has to break. Only then she gets to garland that man. Anyway, all the Pandits who were scholars, they saw Rama and Lakshmana. They thought, like in Purusha Sukta says, Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshat Sahasrapat, the one who is the Virat Roop of Lord Bhagavan. And then Janaka's relatives saw him as their own Apteshta. Janaka and his queens saw him as their dear son. Yogis saw him as Parabrahma. And then devotees saw him as Sarva Sukhadayaka, the one who gives happiness always. Now what to talk of Sita? Sita saw him as Anirvachaniya Premananda Murti. Anirvachaniya. Sita herself cannot describe how beautiful Rama is. Now how can poet Tulsidas ji, whose charitra I have been talking, I have chosen Tulsidas's charitra, Tulsidas's Ramacharitamanasa for this, because in Valmiki there is not a whole lot of Swayamvara, nothing is happening there. The marriage is closed very quickly. But the topic is marriage only. If I take that, only CV development is very long there. Marriage is not much. So I had to choose Tulsidas's Ramacharitamanasa. Of course, who is Tulsidasi? He is Valmiki himself who has taken birth as Tulsidas. Such a great. Where Valmiki condensed, he expanded. Where Valmiki expanded, he condensed. See the connection between Valmiki and Tulsidas. How beautifully they have brought the Valmiki Ramayana and Tulsidas's Ramacharitamanasa. There is nothing that is against anything. They are very much in sync. They are the same people. So, now Sita has to come well dressed. She has to come and take her, what do you call, the balcony, where all the ladies sit beautifully decorated and the queen is there and the lady companions are there and she is brought with the veil and everything, and then she comes there and she sits there and great looking, of course, and the very embodiment of beauty itself. And she sits in the midst of these people and there are elders in the hall, gurus in the hall, father, mother. She finds it very difficult to look at him. Yet she is trying to fix her bangle like this and all. And those bangles have a lot of mirrors, studded with mirrors, right? Through those mirrors, she is looking at Rama. So what? My jewelry is coming to help me. I can see Rama. So she is so happy that she is able to see Rama. Now everybody is seated. The Udghoshak, the announcer, makes the announcement, says, many kings have tried but failed. Is that the way to announce? What about the enthusiasm of these kings who are trying? Many kings have tried but have failed miserably. Even Ravanasura and Banasura have come, tried and gone. They have failed. And there is one commentator who says, Ravana was very upset, I believe. He was not invited for this Dhanuryaga. And he comes and he asks, how come I was not invited? Oh, Janaka, I thought you were a very fair king. Oh, I don't know. Let me ask the minister who was supposed to invite. Hey, minister, why did you not invite? Oh, I was not in charge. I had another assistant minister who was in charge. We will go and ask him. Then they both go and ask him. Prabhuji, I didn't know which head to give invitation to, because he has 10 heads, right? So I didn't know which head to invite. What if I invited one head, the other 9 head got upset. So I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And then Janaka says, please don't get upset. You please come. And then of course he miserably fails. He falls and then people had to lift him and carry him. And then he says, in order to cover himself from the embarrassment, this is Shiva's bow. I am a devotee of Shiva. Why would I lift? Why would I lift this bow? Because of respect, I have let it go like this. So don't think I lifted Kailasa mountain. Do you think this mighty bow is a difficult thing for me? So he escapes the embarrassment from these mischievous girls who are all looking to help him. The girls were trying to help him to show that, ha 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 ha, look at your valor. And so the Udghoshak, the announcer, says, nobody could help. And everyone tried When nothing happened, Janaka became very sad and he is so disappointed. And he says, out of sadness, is there anyone in this world, or is there nobody in this world that Lord has created who can break this bow? I was so hopeful that there would be at least one man, one king, or one whoever it is who tried, who would break this. But alas, what a situation has come. My daughter has to remain unmarried for the rest of her life. This is very sad. Please go back to your places. I am not trying to disappoint you or make shame of you, but I am so disappointed. I am so sad. Please go back to your places. The Creator has not created anyone suitable to marry my daughter. I will remain with this unhappiness. Lakshmana gets very angry. And then he says, Janaka, what an inappropriate word to say. When there is the Raghuvamsha dynasty king, prince sitting in this hall, how dare you invite and insult like this? I can just make it into pieces. I can take it like a lotus stalk and throw it hundreds of miles away. I am only waiting for my Rama to give me permission. Do I have my permission? Your permission? Oh, my brother. Rama is so quiet and peaceful. Janaka gets scared. He sits in his place and he says, no, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to slight anybody. I am just upset. Maybe my words were very abusive and offensive. I am sorry, Lakshmana. I didn't mean to say. And then Lakshmana goes and sits next to Ramachandra. And then Rama says, Lakshmana, be quiet. Lakshmana's character is such that he gets angry very quickly. But then as soon as he sees Rama's face, he keeps quiet. He is calm and collective. And then looking at all this, Vishwamitra thinks, oh, this is the right time. Let me not elongate this too long, because all the kings are already upset and these girls are already making fun of them. One of the girls say, you want me to fan you because you failed? It's okay. People try to lift but fail. We are used to people getting this type of thing. Then another one says, you want some water? Another one says, if no Sita, I am available. Look at how many friends. We are good looking too. You can choose any one of us. Why are you going back singly like this? Don't worry about it. All this thing goes on. And Vishwamitra says, and then he says, Utahu Rama Bhanjahu Bhavachapa Metahu Tata Janaka Paridapa Utahu Rama Bhanjahu Bhavachapa Metahu Tata Janaka Paridapa. Oh, my dear son Rama, please get up. Go to the bow, break the bow, and relieve Janaka of his distress. Here everybody is worried. This Komal looking young boy, adolescent child, and this mighty bow, how is he going to lift? Sunaina is worried, Sita is worried. But the way the Shiva's bow is broken, this is like a rap. Okay? ರಘುಕುಲ ಮಣಿ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮನು ಗುರುವಿಗೆ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಿಸುತ್ತ ಬಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದನು ಸಹಜದಲೆತ್ತಿದನು ಶಿವಧನುವನು ಅದಾಗ ಮುರಿಯಿತು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಧನುರ್ಭಂಗದ ಕಠೋರನಾದವು ಮೂರು ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಡಿ ಹೋಯಿತು ಸಮಸ್ತ ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಧ್ವನಿಸಿತು ಭೂಮಿ ಕಂಪಿಸಿತು ಭಯ ಆವರಿಸಿತು ತಕ್ಷಣವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಮುಗಿದೇ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅರಿವಾಯಿತು ಧನುರ್ಭಂಗವಾಯಿತು ಜನಕನ ಪಣವು ಪೂರ್ಣತೆ ಪಡೆಯಿತು ರಾಜನ ಸಂತಸ ವರ್ಣಿಸಲಸದಳ ಗಗನದಿ ಸುರಗಣ ತಟ್ಟಿತು ಕರಗಳು ಅರಳಿತು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮುಖ ಹರುಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೈ 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 ಜಯಕಾರವು ತುಂಬಿತು ಜೈ 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 ಜಯಕಾರವು ತುಂಬಿತು ಆಯಿತು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದವು ಆಯಿತು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದವು. बोलिए जय श्री रामचंद्र की. ರಘುಕುಲ ಮಣಿ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನು ರಾಮ ಗುರುವಿಗೆ ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಹಿ ಬೋ ಡೌನ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಬಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದನು. ಹಿ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಬೋ. ಸಹಜದಲ್ಲೆತ್ತಿದನು ವಿತ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸಮ್ ಆಸ್ ದೋ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್. ಹಿ ಲಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್. ಅದಾಗ ಮುರಿಯಿತು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ರೋಕ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್. ಧನುರ್ಭಂಗದ ಕಠೋರನಾದವು, ದಟ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ 3 ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿತು. ಇಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ದಿ 3 ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಸಮಸ್ತ ಲೋಕವು ಪ್ರತಿಧ್ವನಿಸಿತು. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಕೋಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಭೂಮಿ ಕಂಪಿಸಿತು, ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಕ್ವೇಕ್ಡ್, ಭಯ ಆವರಿಸಿತು, ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಡ್. ತಕ್ಷಣವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಮುಗಿದೇ ಹೋಯಿತು. ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್ ವಿತಿನ್ ಎ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್. ಅರಿವಾಯಿತು. ದೆನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್, ಓಹೋ ಧನುರ್ಭಂಗ ಆಯಿತು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ನೆವರ್ ಸಾ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಆಲ್ ದೇ ಸಾ ವಾಸ್ ರಾಮ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಬೋ. Nothing was seen. So they realized. ಜನಕನ ಫಣವು ಪೂರ್ಣತೆ ಪಡೆಯಿತು. Now it fulfilled Janaka's wish. And ರಾಜನ ಸಂತಸ ವರ್ಣಿಸಲಸದಳ. He cannot explain his joy. ಗಗನದಿ ಸುರಗಣ ತಟ್ಟಿತು ಕರಗಳ. All the devas clapped. ಅರಳಿತು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮುಖಹರುಷದಲ್ಲಿ. Everybody's face blossomed as though lotus blossoming when struck by the sun. Then jai 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 jayakaaravu ತುಂಬಿತು. Everybody said jai Shri Ram, jai Shri Ram, jai Shri Ram. ಆಯಿತು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ. Having Brahma himself, how can there not be happiness? The entire sabha was extremely happy and people started singing and dancing. Janaki Ramana.
जानकी रमण दशरथ नंदन शर्वरीश वदन हरे राम जानकी रमण दशरथ नंदन शर्वरीश वदन हरे राम जानकी रमण दशरथ नंदन. दीनवत्सल दया जलधि रामा. दीनवत्सल दया जलधि रामा. दीनवत्सल दया जलधि वरदानशील कोदंडपाणे. जानकी रमण दशरथ नंदन शर्वरीश वदन हरे राम जानकी रमण दशरथ नंदन. कौशिकमुख संरक्षण कर. कौशिकमुख संरक्षण कर. गौतम कांत निज रूप वर. मोहित महेश्वर चापदलन कर. महित महेश्वर चापदलन कर. मिथिला तनया करमाला कर. जानकी रमण दशरथ नंदन शर्वरीश वदन हरे राम जानकी रमण. Now Rama is calm, standing there next to his guru. Sita is asked to garland Rama. Rama is very tall. Sita is not as tall. She is shaking because she is out of so much excitement and very shy also. She has this beautiful mala in her hand and she comes and tries to put, but Rama is not bending his head like this. And she says, mentally they are conversing. You made me wait for so long. You were doing namaskara to the Shiva's bow. You are doing namaskara to your guru. You are doing namaskara to sun, moon, stars and everything. I was so worried. Every minute was like an eternity. And now you cannot even bend your head and get my garland onto your neck. What is going on? And he said, well, if you are so interested in putting, why don't you become tall and put it? It happened for a very long time, and then finally Lakshmana said, what's going on with these two? No garlanding is happening. So he goes and falls at the feet of Ramachandra. And Ramachandra goes, what happened, Lakshmana? Of course, he is very dear to Rama, and he lifts him. When he lifts, Sita puts the garland. So the garland is put around the neck. Male hakidalu Sita, male hakidalu. Male hakidalu Sita, male hakidalu. Shri Ramachandrage male hakidalu. Shri Ramachandrage male hakidalu. Male hakidalu Sita, male hakidalu. Male hakidalu Sita, male hakidalu. Male hakidalu Sita, male hakidalu. Shri Ramachandrage male hakidalu. Shri Ramachandrage male hakidalu. Male hakidalu. Jaya male hakidalu. So the garland is put and the wedding is literally over, but they have to celebrate the wedding. You know, it's not like just let's go to the temple and I put one mala to you, you put one. No. It is a union of two families. This samskara is very, very important in our tradition, where the entry of the bachelor is into the householder life. It is forever. The marriage is not for meeting at first sight and fighting at second sight. So it is a very, very important ceremony. And Rama said, I was only here to break. I am not here to marry. You guys were all putting the garland and all making all kinds of these things. No, I cannot marry until my father approves. Yo, these things cannot happen like that. I was sent to protect the yajna and I am going with another woman to my house. What will my father say? No, this is against our tradition. We cannot do that. So immediately Vishwamitra and Shatananda, the royal priest of Janaka Maharaja, they say, send the messengers to Dasharatha and give them all the information. Let the messengers narrate all the information to Janaka and let the Bharat come. So the Bharat comes from Dasharatha's kingdom, Ayodhya. It is said that the Bharat was so long, the first person who arrived in Mithila, the last person was still in Ayodhya. That is how long the procession was. That is how many people were planning to come with all the elephants, chariots and all kinds of treasures and everything they were bringing. And this was very, very beautiful. So the messengers come, and then what happens? Dasharatha is here. He is welcomed with great festivities by Janaka Maharaja, Shatananda and all the Brahmins. And then of course we are going to see at that time Parashurama entering, and then of course he challenges Ramachandra, and then of course Rama subdues his pride and Parashurama realizes that there is no point in my avatara still being on earth, because the Jagadodharaka, the one who protects the world, has already taken birth and avatara, and Parashurama goes away. Bhargava Darpa Vinashakarama, the one who subdued the ego of Parashurama. That is done. And now the invitation is also given, and the invitation for the divine wedding. Will people come if you don't go home to their house and invite? Nobody will come, right? Even though it is Janaka's daughter's marriage, everybody wants to go. They still would have wanted somebody to come and invite. Now let us invite and celebrate the wedding. ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ, ಶ್ರೀ ಸೀತಾರಾಮರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. 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 ಚಿಗುರೆಲೆ ಮಾವಿನ ತೋರಣ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ, ಚಿಗುರೆಲೆ ಮಾವಿನ ತೋರಣ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ, ಸಂಭ್ರಮದಿಂದಲಿ ಚಪ್ಪರ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅರಿಶಿನ ಕುಂಕುಮ ಪುಷ್ಪಗಳಿಂದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಚಿಗುರೆಲೆ ಮಾವಿನ ತೋರಣ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಮುತ್ತು ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ, ಸಂಭ್ರಮದಿಂದಲಿ ಚಪ್ಪರ ಬೀರಿಸಿ, ಅರಿಶಿನ ಕುಂಕುಮ ಪುಷ್ಪಗಳಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಶ್ರೀ ಸೀತಾರಾಮರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಕುಂಕುಮಾಂಕಿತೆ ಪಂಕಜ ನೇತ್ರೆ ಪಂಕಜ ಪಾಣಿ ಕೋಕಿಲವಾಣಿ, ಕುಂಕುಮಾಂಕಿತೆ ಕುಂಕುಮಾಂಕಿತೆ ಪಂಕಜ ನೇತ್ರೆ ಪಂಕಜ ಪಾಣಿ ಕೋಕಿಲವಾಣಿ, ಜನಕರ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಕಣ್ಮಣಿ ಸೀತೆ ಸರ್ವಾಲಂಕೃತೆ ವಧುವಾಗಿರುವ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಶ್ರೀ ಸೀತಾರಾಮರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ದಶರಥ ನಂದನ ರಾಜೀವ ಲೋಚನ ದಾನವ ಮರ್ದನ ರಘುಕುಲ ಭೂಷಣ, ದಶರಥ ನಂದನ ರಾಜೀವ ಲೋಚನ ದಾನವ ಮರ್ದನ ರಘುಕುಲ ಭೂಷಣ, ಅನುಪಮ ಸುಂದರ ಚಾರು ಚರಿತ್ರ ಪೀತಾಂಬರಧರ ವರನಾಗಿರುವ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಶ್ರೀ ಸೀತಾರಾಮರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಸರಿಗಮದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಸರಗಮದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಗರಿ ಪಗದ ಪಸ ಗರಿ ಸದ ಪಗ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ, ದದ ಪಗ ಪದ ಪಗ ಪದ ಸದ ಪಗ ಹರಿ ಗ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು. ದಾಸ ದಾ ಪಗ ಪದ ರಿ ಸದಾ ಪಗ ಪದ ಸದ ಪಗ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ, ಸದ ಸರಿ ರಿ ಸದ ಗರಿ ರಿ ಸದ ಸ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ. ದರಾ ಪಗ ಪದ ದರಾ ಪಗ ಪದ ದರಾ ಪಗ ಪಗ ಗ ಪ ಪ ದ ದ ಸ ಸ ಸ ಗರಿ ಗಾರಿ ಸರಿ ಸದ ಸದ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ. ದತ್ತ ಪಗ ಪದ ದ ಪಗ ಪದ ದ ಪಗ ಪದ ಸದ ದ ಪಗ ದ ಪಗ ಪದ ರಿ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಸ ಸ ಸರಿ ರಿ ಗ ಗ ಪ ಪದ ದ ಸ ದ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ. ಪಪ್ಪ ಪಾಪ ಗಗ ಪಾಪ ಪಾಪ ದಗ ಪಪ್ಪ ಪಾಪ ಸದ ಪಪ್ಪ ಪಾಪ ಸದ ಪಾಪ ಪಾಪ ರಿ ರಿ ಪ ಗಗ ಪ ಗಗದ ಪಾಪ ಸ ದದ ರಿ ದದ ಗರಿ ಪದ ರಿ ಸದ ಪಗ ಪಗ ರಿ ಸದ ಪರಿ ಸದ ಪಗ ಸರಿ ಗ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ. ದಪ್ಪ ಪಗ ಪದ ದ ಪಗ ಪದ ಪಗ ದ ಪಗ ಪದ ದ ಪಗ ದ ಪಗ ಪದ ರಿ ಸದ ಸರಿ ಗ ಪದ ರಿ ಗ ಪದ ಸ ಸದ ಗ ಪದ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ. ga gari ri ga 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 gari ga da sa pa da da ga ga gari ri ga ga gari pa ga 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 sa pa ga ga da da ga 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 pa pa ga 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 da da ga pa pa ga da da pa da pa ga pa da da pa da pa ga pa da sa da pa ga pa da sa da pa pa da ga ri sa da pa ga ri sa ga ri pa ga da pa sa da ri sa ga ri pa da ri sa da pa ga ri sa ri ga pa da ka ya da sa 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 si ri sa da sa ri sa da sa ri sa ga ga ri ga ri sa da sa ri sa da pa da sa ga pa ga pa da pa ga ri ri ga ga pa pa da da sa da ri sa ga pa da pa da sa ri ga ri ga pa da sa sa da ga pa da ru ya da pa pa da pa da da pa pa da da pa da da pa da pa da da pa 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 ga pa da pa 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 ga ri sa ri ga pa 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 da da pa ga pa ri ga pa da pa sa ri ga pa da pa sa ri ga pa da pa sa ri ga pa da sa pa 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 da da pa ga pa da da pa da da pa ga pa da sa da da pa ga pa da da pa ga pa ga da pa sa ra ri sa da da ri ga ri sa da sa sa da pa da da pa ga pa da ri ga sa ga ri ri pa da da pa pa sa da sa ri da ri sa pa da 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 pa ga ri ga da pa 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 ga pa ri ga pa da pa da pa 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 da da pa ga pa da da pa ga pa da da pa ga pa sa da pa ga pa da da pa ga pa ga ri pa ga da pa sa da pa ga ri sa da da sa ri ga pa ga ri ga pa da sa ri sa ga pa ga pa da sa da da pa ga pa da da pa ga da pa ga ri sa pa ga ri ga pa ri ga pa ga pa da pa 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 ga pa ri ga sa ri ga pa 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 Ga ಬಂದಿರಿ ನೋಡಲು ಬಂದಿರಿ. ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ನೋಡಲು ಬಂದಿರಿ ನೋಡಲು ಬಂದಿರಿ 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 ಬಂದಿರಿ. Now the wedding begins with the invocation to Lord Ganesha. गाये गणपति जगवंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन. गाये गणपति जगवंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन शंकर सुवन भवानी शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन. We are editing as we are going because we don't want to run. I started around 3:30. Actually 3:40 I believe, so it's about 5:25. So being sensitive to that, we are getting Rama to come quickly finish the marriage and then have Lado. Okay, now Rama enters the wedding hall. So he is brought by asking him, please walk cautiously because there are so many pillars which are having mirrors and you might just bump into something without knowing if you will miss your way. So come very carefully. Hecharikagara he Ramachandra Hecharikagara he Subuna Sandra Hecharikagara he Ramachandra Hecharikagara he Subuna Sandra. He is brought into the marriage hall by saying, oh, the virtuous one, embodiment of all noble qualities, walk cautiously. Sita is waiting for you. Don't be in a hurry. Everything will happen. Please walk cautiously. And then Janaka and Sunaina have Rama sit there. They wash his feet. Palale kalallambi pattale kudettu palale kalallambi pattale tudaittu nutana tengal ellam moovarumai chooda la Lord's lotus feet are washed with great affection, and now Sita is beautifully decorated by all her girl companions, and Kulaguru Shatananda of Janaka sends for her to be brought to the forum, to the marriage hall.
ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಕನಕ ವೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಕರಯುತ ಬಾರಿ ಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾನವ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯ ತೋರಿ ಕನಕ ವೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಕರಯುತ ಬಾರಿ ಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾನವ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಯ ತೋರಿ ದಿನಕರ ಕೋಟಿ ತೇಜದಿ ಹೊಳೆಯುವ ಜಗತ್ಕರಾಯನ ಕುಮಾರಿ ವೇದ ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಪರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮನಿ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ.
Now Sita has come, she is made to sit right there by the side of Rama. Now Shatananda instructs Janaka Maharaja, this is the time, oh father, you have to give your daughter away. The most emotional, heart-wrenching thing in a marriage is to give that child away, to belong to somebody else's house, light somebody else's house, and belong to that culture, absorb their culture and tradition, and never to upset the in-laws, and be very submissive yet strong in holding on to the righteous things. It is called Kanyadana, gifting away the girl. So Janaka Maharaja asks Rama's hand and brings Sita's hand together, and the holy water is poured, and it's a famous shloka from the Valmiki Ramayana. Janaka says, Iyam Sita mama sutta saha dharmacharitava praticha chainam bhadram te panim grihnishva paninam pativrata महाभागा छायेवानुगता सदा. He gifts her his Sita away. He says, Rama, here is Sita. I know you are a prince, you are born into the great solar dynasty, but my daughter is even superior. You know why? Because she is not born from any womb. She is Ayonije. She is more precious. She is the Mahalakshmi herself, and you are a very lucky man. Bhadram te, may all auspiciousness come to you. Accept her. She brings prosperity, peace and joy. Hold her hand with yours, O Rama. She is highly virtuous and true. From this moment, she will follow you like your shadow forever. And with these words, he pours water on Rama's hands to set the seal on the gift. So that means they exchange the garlands at this point of time, and then they are given together. Now they hold their hands, which is called Panigrahana. Pani means the hands. They hold the hands, and Rama promises that I am going to stay with you. I will be loyal to you all through my life. Dharmecha, arthecha, kamecha, naticharami. Whether it is on the righteousness or fulfilling my physical desires or earning money or my actions, I will be loyal to you. I will discuss everything with you from now on. I have taken you as my lawfully wedded wife. And they go around the fire. It is not a physical fire. Fire is Agni Devata. There is the Devata of fire who is going to distribute all the offerings to particular devatas at the end of the ceremony. So he is the witness. It's not the registrations office where our signatures are done, okay, you are married. No, here the fire god is the witness principle of the union of these two people. And then they are asked to see sun to stay stable in their marriage, for the stability of the marriage. Arundhati Nakshatra to be a loyal wife to the husband. Dhruva Nakshatra to be steadfast in their loyalty and commitment to one another. After that, the Saptapadi. This rite legally concludes the marriage. This legally binds. Even Kanyadana and Panigrahana are done. If Saptapadi is not done, that marriage is not approved. The legality of the marriage is only concluded with the Saptapadi, where they walk the 7 steps. The bride and the groom, they walk the 7 steps, and then they vow with each other how they are going to live together as friends and as sharing the grains and sharing the righteousness together and sharing all that without any discrimination, being loyal to one another, but they promise each other the permanent friendship. In the friendship only the marriage can work. There is no up and down. I am a man, you are a woman is not there. This marriage is bound by dharma, where both the dharmas have to come together, they have to align together. So that marriage is now concluded. What happens after the marriage? I am sure you are all waiting for that. The feast. I cannot send you home without a feast. So let us have a very nice feast. We will just say Sita Kalyana, one line, edited version, so that we bless the groom and the bride and move on to our food business. Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame Vaibhogame Vaibhogame. Okay, now we are inviting you for the bhojana. Saapudrathu.
ಭೋಜನ
ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ, ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ, ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ,
ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಸೀತಾರಾಮರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಮಂಟಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಸೀತಾರಾಮರ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಮಂಟಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಮುತ್ತು ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯದ ದೀಪದ ಬೆಳಕಲಿ ರತ್ನ ವೈಢೂರ್ಯದ ಹೊಳೆಯುವ ಸೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೆಗೆಲೆಗ ಅಂದದಿ ಹರಡಿ ಪನ್ನೀರು ತುಂಬಿರುವ ಚಿನ್ನದ ಬಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ವಿಧ ವಿಧವಾದ ಬೇಳೆಯ ಹುಳಿಗಳು, ಹಪ್ಪಳ, ಸಂಡಿಗೆ, ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ, ಮೈಸೂರು ರಸವು, ಕೋಸಂಬರಿ ಗೊಜ್ಜು, ಬಡೆಯಾಂಬೊಡೆ, ಪುಲಿಯೋಗರೆ, ಅನ್ನ. ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ಜಿಲೇಬಿ, ಲಡ್ಡು, ಶಾವಿಗೆ, ಪಾಯಸ, ಮೈಸೂರು ಪಾಕು, ತೆಂಗಿನ ಹೋಳಿಗೆ, ಕೊಬ್ಬರಿ ಮಿಠಾಯಿ, ರವೆಯ ಉಂಡೆ, ಆದರ ಪ್ರೇಮದಿ ಬಡಿಸಲು ಇರುವ ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ. ರಾಜ ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ, ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ, ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡಲು ಬನ್ನಿರಿ.
With that, the wedding is done. I will have to come back for the glory of Sita, because there is not much time to do that. So I will I will finish this. They'll go back to Ayodhya and they are welcomed by the Queen Mothers with great arati and they live happily ever after. So let us just do the arati for Rama and Sita.
ಆರತಿ ಬೆಳಗಿರೆ ಜನಕ ಕುಮಾರಿಗೆ ಆರತಿ ಬೆಳಗಿರೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಗೆ ನಾರಿ ಮಣಿಯರೆಲ್ಲ ಶುಭವನು ಕೋರುತ್ತ ಆರತಿ ಬೆಳಗಿರೆ ಮಂಗಳವಾದ್ಯದಿ ವೇದಘೋಷದಿ ಅರಿಶಿನ ಕುಂಕುಮ ಅಕ್ಷತೆಗಳಿಂದ ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಸರ್ವಮಂಗಳವನು ಕೋರುತ್ತ ಸಂತಸದಿ ಪದ್ಮಮುಖಿಯರೆಲ್ಲ ಆರತಿ ಬೆಳಗಿದೆ.
At this point, we bow our humble prostrations to Hanumanji. Without the seat for Hanumanji, no Ramakatha can happen. Today, Hanumanji is sitting here and blessing us all to bring good words from us and good thoughts in us. By body, by mind, by soul, it is because of his blessings, because he is yatra yatra raghunatha kirtanam tatra tatra kritamastakanjalim bhashpavari paripurna lochanam marutim namata rakshasantakam. We all bow down to Hanumanji and seek his blessings. Now we will conclude with a Mangalam. Mangalam Kausalendraya Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdhaye Chakravarti तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् 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 बोलिए श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। If Hanumanji wants to hear about his mother Sita, he will have me over and that would be something you will treasure for the rest of your life, because the stories I have put together is a combination of several commentators from many versions of Ramayana, different angles, different views, how it is justified, how they don't need our justification and how they don't need our defense, how the moral fabric of the society was maintained at that time. You have to look at it from the Treta Yuga's time. You cannot look at it from Kali Yuga's time and use your intellect to say it is wrong or it is right. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's just the way it is. We have to look at it for what it is, accept it for what it is, and take the best from there and apply to this Yuga also. Because so many things that happened in Treta Yuga are happening now. Ravana was there, terrorists are here today. Kamsa was there, we have people here. So there are good people there are evil people also. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Lord comes whenever there is decline in dharma, whenever there is increase in adharma, he will come and he will protect. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He has said that I will come, I will protect the dharma, I will take avatara for whatever it is, because he is Sharanagata Vatsala, he is Bhakta Vatsala, anything for his devotees. Just think about, what did Lakshmana accomplish? He just went with Rama. But what did Rama give him? Did Lakshmana have to break the bow? Did he have to win the challenge? No. But what he got? He got married. He got Urmila, Sita's sister. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. I will take care of your yoga. What you have got, it will stay with you. Kshema, what you have to get, I will make sure. Be his servant. Just say, I am yours. He will take care. Look, not only Lakshmana got married, Bharata got married, Shatrughna got married. Everything was fixed by the gurus, not parents. And this is how Lord takes care of all of us. So let us seek the blessings of Rama and Sita. Let our children who are yet to be married may have the good luck to get married, and then may they all live happily. Those who have listened to this with great devotion will be immensely blessed with enthusiasm throughout your life. All blessings will come. You will live with very great happiness and joy and energy in yourself. This is not me saying, this is Tulsidas Ji's words. So may Lord help us all and bless us all. Thank you. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Ramesh ji for your time, effort and enhancing the Harikatha. Without you, we wouldn't have had this wonderful opportunity to enjoy. Thank you very much.
Not at all. It's such a bhagyam to listen to Jayashree ji in our midst. She's a treasure house, a person who's integrated spirituality with every aspect of her life. She should have more and more such sharings with all of us. And we should all organize it more and more often. Every time it is such... This is what we all need, I think, everyone. Not just music concerts, such insights. Thank you so much from behalf of everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such heartfelt appreciation and recognition and sharing your thoughts and feelings with me. Thank you so very much. And my dear student Sravya, she is not just a child who sings well with her heart, but she can read my mind without me talking to her. She knows if I look at her, I am asking her to continue. If I look at her one way, she knows I am editing it and I am moving ahead. When I flip the pages, she knows, oh, I am cut out from this also. Gai, she was so happy to sing in Bhagyashree, I cut it to only Pallavi, one line. What to do? Time. We are all working against time. Kala, karma. Time and our action must match. And what to talk of my dear lady Rangashree. Very nice to have had you to add vibrance to the program, not just by your presence, but your playing also. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Shravya, thank you again. And Padmaja from nowhere, she called yesterday, Auntie, do you want me to do anything? I said, I'll bring the bells, you play. A senior student of mine, from the age of hardly 5 or 6, she has been with me and inseparable from me. And she has so much love and respect for the school and for us. And I'm so happy that she was with us today. Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you all for being here, all divine beings. I am so blessed to have shared a little bit that I know. And Janardhan ji for inviting me today to be with you. And while I miss Sita ji today, I am sure she is with you, as water is not separated from the wave. Word is not separated from the meaning, like Rama and Sita. I know she is with you, and she is rightfully named Sita. Thank you very much for inviting all of us again. We look forward to coming and serving whatever little we can do as year goes by. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Namaste. Can everyone hear me? Just wanted to give a few words of thanks. I'll try not to make it too boring. So I've been very privileged to learn both from Jayashree ji, be her student, as well as a student of Baba Haridas. It's been very hard these past 4 years without Baba Haridas's presence. I think we all could really have used his wisdom during COVID and the civil unrest, these unprecedented times. Really, one of the most inspiring parts of Babaji was the fact that he left home at the age of 8, lived in caves, almost died for his cause, and just through karma yoga and faith, built this temple by hand, built the whole Mount Madonna Center by hand. And also, by learning from Jayashree Auntie, she's been able to share about Jayashree Auntie's story, sacrificing to immigrate to this country, and then showing through karma yoga, through faith, devotion, and love, being able to build not just a music school, but also just a community that is for spiritual growth. Babaji's presence can really be felt through Jayashree Auntie. Another very inspiring part of Babaji is every Saturday, all students of his will go to class. You'll see students who've learned from Babaji for 50 years, as well as students who have never even heard of yoga, all learning at the same time. No one is too advanced to learn. Even Janardha ji was asking me once we were driving to get some flowers. He said, "What is your opinion on the first Yoga Sutra?" Because he was studying it. I just think he said it was a good Yoga Sutra. I didn't really know what to say. And then every time I talk to Sravya, she's always getting a different degree. I mean, and then the last time I saw her, I think she was saying, "I'm going to law school because I will never be tired of becoming a student." I think that is exactly what Babaji was saying. No matter who you are, you're never too old to stop learning. And so through Shravya's example, Babaji is still here. And then, in Babaji as well, people would come from all sorts of backgrounds. They come from poverty, riches, they come from criminal backgrounds to living the most chaste lives possible. As long as you were willing to do the work and work on yourself, he would work on you. Still remember the first time coming to a class in 2006. There's a whole bunch of students there, and then Rangashree, for some reason, didn't ignore all of them, was talking to me. I was not very good at conversing or anything like that, but she was just talking to me. And I think she was able to say it. Then Jayashree Auntie even said the same thing too. She said, look at the books that I've written. It says, for anyone who has the desire to sing, think about that. And I think through Rangashree's example of just saying, if you will do the work, I will work with you, you can feel Babaji's presence. Talking as well to one of the senior disciples of Babaji, and she was saying, sadhana is not what you're doing on the mat. It's not saying, oh, I can meditate for 30 hours, I can do this asana, that asana. It is what you do off the mat. It is how you are present in life. It is how you interact in the world. And I cannot imagine what it's like being an accompanist, but just being able to immediately, almost like you are telepathically connected with Auntie and all of the people, being able to be so present of mind and being able to do such a beautiful Mrudangam performance. Ramesh ji, thanks to you, Babaji's presence is still here. And then also any guru, you also must be measured by their students. I've really noticed. Everything I've said about Babaji, you could say about Janardhan, you could say about Bhavani, Gunnar, many of these disciples have been with Babaji for over 50 years now. And so it's really nice to see Padmaja, Auntie here, so many other people here, and just seeing how you just take everything that Auntie gives and you distill it so that people like me can understand it. So thanks to you, Babaji is also in our presence. And Auntie has graciously given some laddus. They're being distributed right now. We asked for one laddu per family. And then Aarti will be beginning very shortly. Thank you again, Auntie, for coming. It is such a blessing, dream come true for you to be here.
Thank you. And I'll be failing in my duty if I did not thank my son, Abhiram, who is single-handedly responsible for providing these beautiful slides, and he worked very hard on that based on last year's little difficulty in the visibility of the slides. He was working until we left this morning, and my dear son, I love you. Thank you very much for always being there as my support and my right hand. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Just tell them that we'll take a few minutes.
And we will take a few